Genesis chapter 1 verse 2 says, "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep." Now it goes on and says more, but I'm going to cover that part. Now, the first words that they translate as "and the earth" comes from 776 Eretz. It means like land, earth. It's the mind of mankind. Okay? And then when it says "was," that's Haya. That's at 1961. It's like karate chop. Come into existence. To be, to become, to become into existence, to exist. It's always emphatic and never auxiliary. It doesn't take the back seat to no one. Now, there's a dichotomy in this word. Is God. When God's doing it, God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and end. Whenever it's mankind doing it, mankind's dark way of thinking, the ignorant way of thinking, it's like your poop thinking, your Adamic man is trying to be like your squatting king. It doesn't want to take the second seat to God. It doesn't want to submit to God. It's ignorant of God's love. It's rebellious. It's enmity, directly opposed to you going towards and into God. So that carnal mind is the false king. God is the rightful king. Which one are you choosing, right? And then the next word is translated as "without form," comes from 8414. It's Tohu, T-O-U, number 8414. And hang on, it's like the desert. It's like in the word, the thought processes of God. It's a worthless thing. It's emptiness. It's confusion. Okay? Now, the next word says "and void." That's boo-hoo or boo-haw. Is to be empty, to be undistinguishably ruin, emptiness, vacuity. It's like the vacuum of space. It's not what you want. You want the fullness of life in God, not this good and evil stuff, which is like a vacuum. It's giving you nothing. Everything's worthless. And then when it says "was" there, that word's just added by the translators. It's not even there. And then upon is the word "al." That's 5921. And it's upon or against, and always in a downward motion. Downward into your own poop thinking, into your own carnality, into the own false squatting king, not the rightful king. It's never going upwards to God's higher way of thinking. It's going downward to your own righteousness, to your own self-righteous carnal way of thinking. Wrong way. Right? And then it says the face is Panim, 6440. It's the face or the mind. And which way it's facing. Are you facing towards the rightful king, God? You're heading towards God, towards and into God's righteousness? Or are you enmity, directly opposed? You in the carnal mindedness, your own mankind thinking. Going your own way. You're the rightful king. Oops, wrong way. You're being stupefied. You're a sucker for your own good and evil thinking. Oh, quit that crap. Turn back to God. Do a 180-degree about face. Metanoia. Remember, I broke that down. It goes much deeper than that. But right now, let's just do a 180-degree about face from going to your poop thinking, to your own humanistic thinking, and go God's way. About face, forward march, back into God. Live, exist. Haya, back into God. Let Him chop out that old stuff, hog tie it, and go to God. And God will use that manure thinking, that poop thinking, that darkness, that ignorance, this empty, void stuff that's going desolate, for rocket fuel, okay? And that's in the face, in your mind, okay? And then the last 3 words of this one little phrase in the first part of that, Genesis 1:2, of the deep, comes from 8414. And it's spelled like T, an upside down backwards E, whatever that is, HOM. And it's like, to home. Which way are you going to home? Is your home like in your own poop thinking and your own mankind thinking, or is your rightful home back into God's righteousness?